Greetings America, Mr. Sports Travel, proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. I'm in the Sooner State. It's the bonus video of Oklahoma. Where is Mr. Sports Travel? More on that in a minute. And I have to say a few things before I get into my usual opening line. One is, mind the glare. In Britain, when you're running to the subway system, on the floor it says, mind the gap. Meaning the gap between you getting on the tube, aka the subway, and falling on the rails. So mind the glare. It is what it is. And also, mind the wind. The wind is calmed right now. This is Oklahoma. The plains, brother. Ain't no skyscrapers out here. So you're going to have to mind the wind. So, thanks to all that have donated to OperationFirstResponse.org. I love you. Helping folks plan their sports road trip. Here's that wind again, baby. But the sun's hitting. Mr. Sports Travel is living the dream. On the 50 states tour. Seeing a sporting event each of the 50 states plus the District of Columbia. And again, thanks for your donations of helping folks plan their trip. OperationFirstResponse.org. Please donate today. OperationFirstResponse.org. And no, they're not going to say that. Now, where is Mr. Sports Travel on this sunny yet windy day in the Sooner State? Bonus video, ladies and gentlemen. Please watch my Bartlesville video. My only video in the dark. Ooh. I am in the town of Ogarchi. Where on earth is Ogarchi? Ogarchi is about an hour northwest of the great city of Oklahoma City. And I am at a classic, I mean classic, high school gymnasium. You can even see it behind me. You can see the water tower behind me. And yes, I did that for nice product placement, as they say. In the town of Ogarchi, this is the Ogarchi High School Auditorium. I saw a basketball game here, God, I want to say 2013, 2014 on my Okie from Muskogee tour. I was all over the great state of Oklahoma. There's a lot of great high school basketball venues in Oklahoma. Old school barn style venues. This is one of them. Now the school has since built a new gym, so I'm so glad I saw a game at this gym. And it's still used today, but they do have a new gym. And Ogarchi is a really strong basketball program. It has been for years in the Sooner State, the great state of Oklahoma. And the reason I chose this venue, as I did with Bartlesville, if you haven't watched my Bartlesville video, please do so, is almost, you know, Oklahoma City's got the Thunder, right? That's their pro team. Really, Oklahoma's an amateur sports state. Unlike Texas, where you've got so many pro teams there because of the Dallas, Houston, San Antonio markets. Oklahoma City, you got the Thunder, right? But that's it, right? I mean, you've got minor league baseball, they had a G League team for the Thunder, it's no longer around. So it's really an amateur sports state. You think about University of Oklahoma, you think about Oklahoma State, you think about high schools. And here in Oklahoma, football is king, as is baseball. But basketball is huge too, and this is one of my favorite venues to catch a game. This thing was built in 1949. Isn't she a beauty? And how about that? That water tower behind me, and look at the American flag mobile. Speaking of a beauty, I'm looking pretty good here in the Living a Flavorful Life t-shirt, don't you think? So each of these videos I talk about my first visit to the state, my most recent visit, and my favorite visit. I kind of already did that in the Bartlesville video, so I'm going to kind of just ad-lib here. These are all one takes. I am the camera operator and the talent. But I'm going to share with you a little bit more about my road trip on this trip, and maybe some other things I didn't mention in the Bartlesville video. And again, I welcome your feedback. Hopefully you're learning something. I'm educating you as you do these videos. And again, I have the freedom to do this because of our service members, vets, first responders, and their families. Thank you for your service. By the way, that is the message on the back window of the car. Question: thank the veteran, service member, first responder, or their families today. OperationFirstResponse.org is my 4th year. It's 2022 of doing these road trips. So, high school basketball. I'm actually heading. I'm going to go see some sporting events tomorrow in the great state of Kansas. Carry on wayward son, Mr. Sports Travel. But high school basketball, really some great unique gyms, especially in these smaller towns. And this is one of them here in Ogarchi. I've been out in the Panhandle. There's one in, I want to say it's Buffalo, way out west. I mean, way out in the corner. There's a great old school gym in Oklahoma City, Midwest City, Pawhuska. Ponca City's got a basement gym that's very unique. So I love new gyms. They got the bells and whistles, the new scoreboard, the Jumbotron. There's nothing like old school stuff. especially when the fans are right on top of the action. And that's what this gym is like. I'm trying to remember to put a picture of me at this gym. Again, I want to say it was 2013 or 2014. So high school basketball, very unique here. Another venue that's very unique here in the state of Oklahoma is the football stadium where Guthrie High School plays. Guthrie High School is a suburb just north of Oklahoma City, and it's a rock surrounds the stadium, old stone rock. Very unique high school football stadium here in the great state of Oklahoma. Hockey, not really big here in Oklahoma. You do have the Tulsa Oilers, which are in the East Coast Hockey League, and of course baseball. In baseball, you've got the Oklahoma City Dodgers, used to be the 89ers for many years, and you've got and it's a beautiful ballpark. Of course, you've got famous Oklahomans like Mickey Mantle, Warren Spahn, Johnny Bench. I'd be remiss also with Guthrie not to mention the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame Museum. Fantastic. One of the best state-specific sports museums in America, right up there with the one in Alabama and Birmingham. Awesome. Those are my two state-specific favorite sports museums, Oklahoma City and Guthrie, which is north of Oklahoma City, and Birmingham. See, you're learning so much new stuff in these videos. Now in Tulsa, they also have a minor league baseball park, a AA park. Beautiful view of downtown Tulsa. And Tulsa also has a lower level soccer team. So I think we've covered it. We've got basketball, we've got the football, we've got the baseball, and we've got the hockey. Those are really the big sports here. Now the other thing I would mention on this road trip is, I think a lot of scheduling adjustments. You can't tell, but it was raining cats and dogs like the last several days here. It doesn't look like there's even rain on the ground, right? The sun has just come out. The Oklahoma Softball Hall of Fame Museum and the most famous softball venue in the United States of America is in Oklahoma City. It's kind of like the softball capital of America. You've got the museum there, which is on the grounds. This is just north of downtown Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City limits. That is where the NCAA College World Series is played. It's kind of like the equivalent of the Omaha World Series for Division I baseball. So the women's softball, NCAA, always takes place in Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma City Softball Complex. It's the USA Baseball Softball Complex. So when USA Women's Softball competes in the Olympics every 4 years, that's where they're training, that's where they're practicing, at that complex in Oklahoma City. So you've got the main stadium, of which I saw a game in on this trip. You've got several other little diamonds that are near there, and then next door to it you have the offices of USA Baseball, plus a museum, a very nice museum, not a big museum, but a nice museum in the complex there. So another sport that's very big here in Oklahoma is softball. So we've talked about the big five: baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and softball. Of course, there's golf courses here, tennis, other sports, rodeo, etc. But I wanted to kind of give you in this bonus video of Oklahoma, a little bit more of a flavor of a sports scene here, and introduce you to a different town, Ogarchi, Oklahoma. Beautiful churches over here, churches over here. As you roll into town, there's a nice oil tower, replica oil tower. Kind of unique. I'm staying tonight in northwestern Oklahoma and going into Kansas tomorrow. So this has been the bonus video. Spit it out, Mr. Sports Travel. Bonus video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying my other videos. Please feel free to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, MrMRSportsTravel.com, MRSportsTravel.com, and on Facebook it's Mr. MASTER Sportstravel.com. You minded the glare and you minded the wind. The wind's coming back. Gotta get back on the road. Thanks for watching.